All right, first and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakat HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. Shalom to those for elect preaching his word in truth and in sincerity. To you ribs, to you sisters out there learning silence and staying in order, and to you 12 tribes scattered abroad who we know on this side of the earth, right, in Babylon, aka USA, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I say to you all, Shalom. So I found a clip that inspired, my thought process through the spirit, on the video that I'm about to make, right? Because the spirit had, urged me to make a video, things that, I experienced and, I felt like had to be brought out. So anyways, here's the clip.
One is successful, other got distracted. That's it. Refusing to get distracted is the power of God. There are only two kinds of people. One is successful, other got distracted. That's it. Refusing to get distracted is the power of God.
Right, and that kind of reminds me of the state of mind that I would like to put 100% focus more on, speaking as a man. And in my experiences, I have dealt with distractions as well. I'm sure we all have. And it's one of those videos, for one, scriptures say that one who teaches also teaches himself. So I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, right? And for all of us, to keep our eyes singular, right? To put those blinders on like horse races, right? And it reminded me of this scripture, 1 Corinthians 9:24. Know ye not that they which run a race run all, but one receiveth the prize, right? So this is the point of keeping your eyes singular, because if you're more worried about the next man or how he runs or how faster he is or what kind of sneakers he's got on, you might not have the best sneakers, you might not have the best running suit, right? But focus on your own race, right? Because looking at somebody else next to you, it's going to distract you, possibly make you trip or not give it your all, right? Everybody has been given their portion of gift and their portion of faith, and everybody's moving accordingly. So focus on your own race. Speaking of me, right, I want to strive for more. I want to strive for the crown, the perfection, right? To be an elect, right? We're all hopeful elects, right? But we got to strive, every individual person, the best of their ability, and pray for more, right? From the top, 24, know ye not that they which run a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may obtain, right? This is talking to every individual within that race, right? We're all in this race. Verse 25, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible, right? This is the separation between the people of the world and the spiritual men of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, his elect men, that, while everybody else is trying to make it in this world, we're trying to make it into the next, right? And praying for faith, right, to continue the race, right? The more we feed, the more we plant, the more we harvest, right? We reap what we sow, right? Which actually, you know what, reminds me of this scripture. This is 2 Corinthians 9:6. But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. Right? So that's the whole point, man. Like, wanting to, be able to sow more, to reap more, right? If you're planting a garden, and you plant and you plan on, surviving, a year, are you gonna plant one tomato tree and hope that that'll sustain you? Right? No, what you would want is, the most amount of seeds producing fruit as possible so you can continue on eating, right? And that's the point. Right? We wanna be able to yield as much as possible. No farmer has a big plot of land and only plants one tree. Matter of fact, it reminds me of this scripture. This is Matthew 9:37, right? From the words of Hamashiach Yahushai. He said, "Then said he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few." Verse 38, "Pray ye, therefore, that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest." Right? Because we're going to need all hands on deck, right? Although we're not worried about the other man's plowing and sowing, we all got to move this thing forward so we could, inherit the kingdom and reap the fruits of our labor, right? And that's why we all have to put in our brick, so to speak. Let's see. Right, this is Sirach 38:24. "The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that has little business shall become wise." Right? So this is talk about distractions, right? When you have a lot of, you're a busybody, busybody is the wrong word, but when you're busy in a lot of different affairs, right, it takes away from the time that you could, you could be putting into building yourself up to be able to edify, right? The scripture said, "Blessed is he that readeth." So if you're too busy, doing this, that, and the third, it takes away from, your let's say energy, right, so to speak, for lack of better words, because you're gonna be too tired to do this, that, and sit down and digest this word, man. So you got to put time to the side, even with our busy schedules, man, to make time for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It's basically what I'm getting at with this scripture, right? As King David, right, prayed for more wisdom. So should we, right? Because he could have prayed for anything. He could have prayed for, for more riches, things of that nature. But because he put Yahweh Hashem Yahushai first and wanted to better himself to then help his people, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai blessed him anyway. Right? And even when Job lost it all, he still honored Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and the Lord added those things onto him. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. "But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto thee." Right? Because everybody wants to work, to worry about the 401ks, to worry about retirement, but that's not what we should be focusing on, right? Me personally, I don't care about the 401ks, but I see a lot of people, even that I work with, that are always putting those eggs in those baskets, man. Right? Verse 34, "Take therefore no thought for the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof." right? There's plenty of evil day to day, man. So it's best to focus on protecting ourselves and putting that armor of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, to protect us from the fiery darts of the wicked, right? But yeah, man, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Wakaha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS. Shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching this word in truth and sincerity to you ribs, to you sisters out there learning in silence and staying in order. I say to you all, Shalom.